I've had this beautiful string of pearls for about 18 months. And it's looked really good for about 17 of those 18 months. But just about a month ago, it really started going downhill. And I did some things differently with this plant than I typically do with my other succulents. The first thing is I left it in its original nursery soil. I don't typically do that. I usually move everything into Bonsai Jack's Gritty Mix because that's how I typically care for all of my plants. Makes it easier to know what to do. However, string of pearls, in my experience, it likes to stay wet a little bit longer than most succulents. So I decided to just leave it in the nursery soil, put it in a non-draining pot. So I actually have it here in a snappy pot, just the outer part with no drainage, and the nursery pot inside. So that way when I water, I can fill up this pot, just let it soak, let the plant get all the water it needs, and then pull this out, dump out all the excess water, and let it dry out. The bottom looks really good. The top, not so much. And you can see there's just a bunch of dead little beads along here. I've noticed a few spots of mealybugs. The top of the plant doesn't look great. And I suspect that there is a problem with the roots, that maybe there's not very many roots anymore. Typically with string of plants, I recommend trying to circle up all of these strands on top so it has a really nice, thick, healthy base, because it will grow roots from all of the strands wherever they touch the soil. So it's a little bit lacking in that department. It definitely needs some help. So what I'm gonna do is cut off all the healthy part down here, remove any of the mealybugs, and then pull out the plant up here and just examine the roots and see what it looks like and decide if I'm gonna keep it or toss it. To give you a little bit of background, this plant has been growing indoors under a grow light on my plant stand. And if I pulled up in the Triple Plants app, you can actually see it's been watered on average every 25 days. So I do really soak the soil and let it go a long time without water. With string of plants, I almost always wait until the little beads are deflated. So I do wait for the soil to dry out, but I'm really using the plant as my guide to decide when to water. And as I said, it's worked really well for about 17 months, but the past month, something changed and it's no longer happy. I suspect it has something to do with the roots in the soil. So let's go ahead and pull it out and see what we find. The first thing I'm going to do is just go through strand by strand and cut off anything that looks healthy. I mentioned that it had some mealybugs, so I don't want to keep anything that has mealybugs. So I'll inspect it pretty close. But as soon as I see some of these dried up little pearls, I'm going to go ahead and chop those off. There you can see a little bit of mealybugs. I'm going to cut that off and throw it out. Despite how bad the top of this looks, the bottom actually looks pretty good. This little pearl is one of the reasons why I actually suspect some rot or problems with the roots. When these get deflated, they don't wrinkle quite like this. They really just look deflated. This one has kind of a mushy look to it, like it was overwatered and then started to dry up. If you've never grown string of pearls before, something I always forget about them is that the strands are really sticky. So it always throws me off when I touch these because you expect them to just be kind of dry, normal, but they have this stickiness to them. And I feel like it has a scent to it also. The flowers, which I personally have never seen flowers on any of my string of pearls, but the flowers apparently smell kind of cinnamony, but the plant itself, it smells sticky to me. I'm not sure what sticky smells like, but this is it. Going through these one by one is a lot more work than I was anticipating. I could just chop them all off, and maybe I will at some point, but my inclination right now is to just gently kind of pull off some of the dead leaves, just brushing my hands down this. And then I'm going to unpot it. I'm going to check on the roots. And if I decide to keep it, I think what I'm going to do is just put it back in some soil and make a giant lump of string of pearls on the top of the pot. That way it gets a whole bunch of roots and just kind of go from there, see what happens with it. I mentioned that I left this in the original nursery soil and then I put it in this outer snappy pot. So snappy pots come with a liner in them, but I didn't replant this into that. I just used the outer portion. So the other thing I realized I didn't do in looking at this is I didn't cut out any other spots of mealybugs. And it looks like there are a few. Now let's take this out and see what the roots look like. I did just water this a couple days ago. That's why the soil's wet. But you can also see, because I was bottom watering it, there's a lot of mineral buildup on the top of the soil. I have pretty hard water. And so the mineral buildup happens pretty quickly. You can get rid of that by just top watering and letting it kind of wash off, but I haven't gone to that effort with this. Okay, there's not a lot of roots here, and I do think that is a big part of my problem. Oop, I just found another mealybug spot. If I look at the bottom of the soil, I can tell it had roots that were much deeper. So my theory here is that the roots at the bottom were staying wet too long, but the beads, the pearls, I was watering them only when they were deflated, but there was still wet in the bottom of the soil when these were deflated. So I do think switching to a faster draining soil is going to help, and I'm gonna give it a try. I am a fan of very low maintenance plants. So I'm gonna try and make this as low maintenance an experience as possible. I have found string of pearls to be very high maintenance typically, which is why I didn't repot this when I got it. And I've just kind of let it do its thing. I had no plans for it, but I'm gonna put it in a little bit bigger pot, a shallower pot, and a soil that drains faster, but still has some of the organic medium so it stays wet longer than some of my other succulents pots. I found this pot that I 3D printed. It's about 2.5 inches deep. It has really good drainage in the bottom, and I have filled it most of the way with Bonsai Jack's Gritty Mix. That might seem counterintuitive to what I said earlier, but my plan for this is mostly full of Gritty Mix. That way the bottom for sure drains quickly, but I'm gonna put some coconut coir on top that will retain moisture a little bit longer and help the plant root better initially. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up. And now I'm gonna just set this kind of down on top, mash it in. I'm not being especially careful here. And then, oh yeah, this is not as, there's a lot more of this than I thought. So I'm just gonna cut off this end, cut off all this excess, and wrap this around so that my entire plant right here is all touching the top of the soil. Now, not every single strand here is touching the soil, and that's okay, but a good chunk of it is. And then I'm actually going to put a little bit more coconut coir on top, and it will bury some of the pearls, but I'm not too worried about it. As I water, it'll kind of settle down in a little bit more. But my goal here is to just get a ton of roots at the top of this pot that then go down into that super gritty, really well draining soil. And that way I can water when the pearls are deflated, but I don't have to worry about the bottom of the pot staying wet for too long. I got 2 more pots, one of which is that Snappy Pots liner that slides right down in there. And I should have showed you before I filled it, but again, really good drainage in here. That way, you know, you fill this up with water, let it soak all the way through, and then dump out all the excess. And then I have another pot here, again, another one that I 3D printed, a lot of drainage in there. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with each of these where I put coconut coir on top. This is one of my favorite propagation methods in general. If I'm doing cuttings or leaf propagation, I love putting coconut coir, or sometimes I'll do worm castings on top of Gritty Mix. I love that the plants root a lot easier in the coconut coir, but then they have that super well draining soil to grow into long term. The ones I cut off, just recently when I was making that circular pot, I'm gonna stick right here. So these are the ones that are maybe not as healthy. That stuff at the top that's just kind of wishy-washy. I don't know, it didn't look great. And same thing, I'm gonna put just a little bit of coconut coir on top of this one, just to help the stems have more contact with soil and hopefully grow more roots. And then these healthy ones that I cut off earlier in individual strands, I'm gonna do the same thing, just line them up on top here. I want everything really packed in there. Okay, there we go. A little bit of coconut coir on top here. Ta-da! Here are my 3 pots of string of pearls, all from that one plant. I'm going to be watering these on a fairly regular basis initially, probably once a week, maybe a little more frequently, just to help them start rooting. And then recently I've been mixing this liquid sea kelp from Grow Queen into my water. It's supposed to help plants root better and just provide a little bit of natural nutrients. There's different suggestions for how much to include when you mix it up, but I have been doing 2 capfuls per gallon, so right in the middle. But I'm hoping that will help all of these start rooting a little bit better. Overall, I've been really pleased with using this. I do feel like it's helping my plants grow a little bit faster, which isn't always a good thing, but at the moment, that's what I'm hoping for. And I will say a lot of my cuttings have done a lot better since I started using this. The last thing to do before the waiting begins is to add all of this to the Cheerful Plants app. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a duplicate of this plant twice. That way I have the full history of the plant on all 3 of these that I have now made. So we're going to go back and do that one more time. I'm going to add a photo to each of these. And I'm also going to record what I did with the plant. So I repotted it. I cut off some of the healthy strands and put them on coconut coir on top of gritty mix. I'm also moving these to a new location, so I'm going to add that in here as well. Now that all 3 of these are entered in here, I just get to wait and see what happens. And of course, I will update you in a few weeks or a couple months once these have had a chance to grow, get new roots, and hopefully grow nice long strands of pearls again.